This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Let's go through the details. We have a bit of a broadening formation here, right? We have a bit of a micro bull flag there. On the macro, however, the 4-hourly, most concerning aspect is the descending triangle. I want to shout out to the VIP. Taking a look at Yasmina. Yasmina, beautiful picture. Welcome to the VIP 2022 is all about you and your husband and the great opportunity you have to learn from the best we like to think and we like to know here at the VIP. Shout out to Venus as well, number one contributor. 2022, we're building to include discussions right now with the developers at Bybit. Congratulations and shout out to the Bybit team. We're looking forward to working with you and your facilitators in terms of seeing what type of dynamics we can create for our VIP in 2022, only within the permitted framework, of course. Looking at the MACD, we have a review to do. Daily's down in terms of momentum. Weekly slightly, still slightly up, right? It's heading to the upside. 8-hourly, we've lost it down. 4 hours struggling, trying to turn it around. We can tell by this 1, 2, 3, 4 review from that 4-hourly, 8-hourly, daily, and weekly. We don't have confirmation right now. So as we would look at the details, now, I'll talk also about a hedge I got into today. You guys know I had a phenomenal hedge earlier on this week, and what happened? I hedged here at the top, boom, the long got liquidated, the short paid like gangbusters. It was a beautiful, beautiful hedge, and this is London with Bitcoin Spike, former hedge fund owner, private, non-SEC, not financial advice. Guys, you guys do your own research, do all that good stuff, guys. In terms of that hedge, though, played out beautifully. This morning, we had another setup that I thought, well, I might as well dig into a little bit. I closed my other trades. I just did. Wanted some kind of a fresh look at the market. We had this morning economic update, including retail sales, import prices, jobless claims, and the Philly Fed Manufacturing Survey and Empire State Manufacturing Survey came out this morning. So I'm like, well, maybe we'll get a good surprise in there. And so I, guys, hammered into a trade, and what happened? Well, nothing moved. It was pre-market anyway, but it just wasn't really remarkable information. Somewhat strong information, and so people began to discuss, and I guess that will allow the Fed next week on Wednesday FOMC meeting where Powell's expected to raise at least 75 basis points, if not a full percentage point. Okay, if not a full percentage point, right? But the data today was just kind of strong enough. It wasn't really remarkable. I was hoping for a huge surprise that could have just trajected price strongly, immediately, boom, up or down, right? That's the kind of move that I'm known for, me personally, guys. Just so that you know, bam, look at this on the 5-minute chart, getting a move. There you go, a 5-minute candle for 5.73%. That's the kind of candle I want to be a part of. I want to be a part of the first 20 seconds of it, and I want it to print money, and I want the trade to be over, and boom. I held that down through this area, you guys know. But in terms of this lack of a surprise here, understand one of the risks of you being involved in a hedge. That's a long and a short, right? You would get paid if it were to move, I'd say extremely, or past a certain threshold in either direction. It's not too complicated. If you think it's complicated, stick around for a while. We'll get through it. Okay, I promise. But a long, you're getting paid if the price goes up. A short, you're getting paid if the price goes down. If you have both of them, what's going to occur? Well, your long that you would get paid if the price went up, your long is going to get liquidated. Your long disappears. Your short paid big time. It more than covered the expiration of your long interest, okay? So today, I re-entered into a hedge after closing my preceding trades. I was like, maybe we'll get a good surprise. Instead, we just chopped along. You can just see just slowly, barely moving, winding and grinding up through 9, 10 o'clock, 11. Guys, it wasn't the price action we wanted. So what happens in that situation? What are the risks you need to understand? So we're looking at a bit of a broadening formation here on that 5-minute and that descending triangulation on that 4-hourly is you will have fees. I'll tell you that. If you get into a heavy-hitting hedge based on some economic data or otherwise, maybe even a pattern-based hedge, right? What you're going to look at is the fact if nothing moves, you're stuck and you've paid to get into the trade and you have to pay to get out of the trade. Now, it's not a lot. And guys, one of the biggest misconceptions in crypto is, well, if you go into futures and leverage, you might wind up owing. And listen, you might wind up owing, like, let's say your house. You might wind up owing your car. Guys, that's not the case. It's a misunderstanding. People think, well, options and crypto and futures, derivatives. No. You may wind up, just guys, that's not the case, right? You're not going to lose more money than what's in your account. You're not going to write a promissory note. You're not going to borrow money from the exchange. You're just not. When I say you have to pay to get in and get out, it's typical exchange fees. You'll pay to get into your hedge. Boom. Then you have to pay to get out of your hedge. What if that's 5 to 6%, right? So you look at it, if you had a $200,000 trade, you'd be paying like 10 grand plus just to kind of get in and get out of a hedge that didn't work. So I decided to battle in today to really dig in. It took a while, few hours, got 40K in the profit on the trade that I wanted to bring to you guys. So in terms of that, just understand we'd like the price action to move, but we need a market. We need something to move the market. When that doesn't occur, when we don't have it, you take the good with the bad. And on Bitcoin, we'll definitely take the good with the bad. Let's just review a bit here. Guys, so excited. We're heading to the weekend. It's so exciting. It's Friday tomorrow. I love these weekends. They are so good, and they're great to trade. People say, oh, careful on the weekends. Yeah, bring it, says VIP. But remember this rocket ride we took to the upside. Remember we caught this lower level here. Bam. You guys know that. We caught that. 18,700. Brought it to you. Bull flag brought it to you. Bam, to the upside. Guys, that was a 20% move. Very nicely done. Guys, that's within just a little bit over a week ago. That started off. So that's a 23% move. So we're on the tail end. We got that rocket fuel on the mine. So when we get like a real lackluster move here today, it's like, oh, I guess I'll trade it for a few hours and try and beat the exchanges for a little bit. It was fun. We went ahead and did it. I want to shout out to the VIP and in 2022, we are building headquarters we're setting up headquarters in La Jolla, California. Very excited about that. Shout out to Venus #1 contributor. Just really exciting. And if you haven't caught the whole video, we're also in talks with Bybit. We're excited about the development team on Bybit, looking on the 4-hourly chart. Level of resistance, level of support. What do we got going on? Descending triangulation. What are some levels that the market's probably not paying attention to that I want the VIP to pay attention to? It would be our green buy line currently at 15,600. And what would that actually be? Well, if you actually look at this level of support here, let me pull over the MACD. This is, guys, VIP, I know you love this stuff. I do too. Looking at the way that I've constructed this specific indicator with the variable input and the coordination with your trend lines, just pay attention. The support hit 1, boom. Support hit 2, boom. That green buy line right now on the daily is perfectly coincident with that trend line. So you may be looking at a larger downside target, of course, which will also be amplified on the candle wicks. But looking at the downside target, we could also look at that green entry area for a potential throwback. How nice is that? Way to go. Now, let's look at this red line pickup. The red line pickup is going to be what? The red line pickup is going to be another support to support right along a red line pickup here for the fire sale. Okay, fire sale. Very important to see these lower level pickups and how they can, coincide or coalesce between a very structured trend line and a variable. And when we look at this, you guys know New York Institute of Finance, but just lining up this rationale from the left, looking at New York Institute of Finance, the whole nature, the whole premise of working on the extremes in terms of an envelope, in terms of a weekly average, in terms of a range barrier, a dynamic range barrier. You understand, okay? So look at New York Institute of Finance. Make sure you get the book. I know all of the VIP have it. Murphy, John J. Murphy, Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets. So what I'll say is be prepared on the way down that there are some levels here that are already indicated that may catch before some huge monstrous move to the downside. In addition, looking at this, I think it'll be a good weekend to trade, bottom line. Real good weekend to trade. There are not many bulls out there right now. We're ready to get down in price. We would love to get down in price, particularly as I have stated frequently on the weekly. What is my weekly just beautiful level that I'd love to see technically fulfilled? On the weekly, don't you see this nice ascending triangle on the weekly? Guys, we got to hit that top line resistance. Orders are waiting. Where is that? That's at the 12.4. That's at the 12. Let's make sure exactly where this is at on the weekly line chart. I want to hit this, guys. It's 11,617. For the record, I have brought it up many times. You know this. I want to hit it because I want Bitcoin to be consistent. I want to see that consistency of a return, however long it takes, to a flat top resistance. Boom. We'd be excited to see it. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. A lot of opportunity in crypto. I'll tell you the best time to be involved. Most people think he's at the top of the bull cycle. We know better in BIP. It's in the trenches. You know that. I want to inspire you. I want to encourage you with the trades, guys. Why? Because we're in it for the bear. The bear run. We're going to be in it on the bear run. We're going to clean up during this process. And guys, when the next bull run comes around, you guys know it's going to be sweet. This is London with Bitcoin Spike. Guys, take care of yourself. Get ready for that weekend. Make some good weekend plans, and we'll talk to you soon. This is London with Bitcoin Spike.